Hi guys, it's Toby, and what a pretty sunny day outside. Very sunny outside. How are you all doing? Okay, so I'm no stranger to YouTube. I have been on YouTube for a very long time, and this will be my first ever video on my own channel. And so yeah, I really hope you guys will enjoy this video. On my channel I will be talking about things that we probably know, things that we probably don't know. I will be talking a lot. Basically I'll be talking about things like why do we go to school, why do we have parents, why do we go to church, where do we come from, and things like that. Basically I hope I don't bore you too much with what I'll be saying, but I will be talking a lot, and I hope you guys really enjoy. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about trust. Yeah, trust. I'm sure it's not something new to most of us, but yeah, I'm just going to be talking about trust. Like, what are some of the things we know about trust? What are some of the things that we understand about trust? Now, I'm going to assume that we already know what trust is. I mean, who does not know what trust is? That's something that we say on a daily basis. It's like probably one of the most said words that we've used in our entire lifetime. Right from we were born, we've always heard our parents say trust, 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 trust. We go to church, we hear trust, trust. We go to school, we hear the definition of trust. So yeah, I'm sure we already know what trust is. There's not really any reason for us to, go through the definition of trust again, because yeah, I know in most videos like this, people will normally want to start with the definition of something. Normally want to start with to get a standing ground on what they want to talk about. But yeah, since I'm not talking about something that you don't know, I'm just going to assume that yes, we already know what trust. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to, since it's my first video, I'm just going to talk about the definition of trust in just a few minutes. Okay, so what is trust? Trust is, Okay, so I actually looked up in the dictionary on the definition of trust. Don't blame me. I mean, who has never done that before? But yeah, I looked up the definition of trust in the dictionary, and yeah, I just refreshed my memory on what that means. So yeah, trust is a strong belief in the goodness or the honesty of someone or something. Yeah, that's what we can define trust as. A strong belief in the goodness or the honesty of someone or something. And why would you have a strong belief? Because you know that these people will, that these people will tell you something that you need to know, or something that you want to know. Yeah, that's basically what trust is. So you can trust this person with answering a question, you can trust this person with telling you something, you can trust this person with doing something that you probably won't be able to do, because you know and you're already sure that they're going to do it. Yeah, so I'm going to give a scenario of what trust. Let's say you probably want to go outside, you want to hang out with some people, with some friends, but you don't know if you really want to do so or not. And then you see your father in the house, and he's doing the usual things that fathers normally do. And so you go to him and you're like, daddy, what do you think I should do today? Because I don't know whether I want to go outside, and my friends are outside, but I don't know whether I want to go outside or not. Now think about it. You wouldn't even come to your dad to ask him for anything if you didn't trust him. You already trust your dad to give you a good judgment about what you want, about what your next step is supposed to be like. So yeah, you trust your dad to give you an answer. Like, your dad will say if it's good, if you feel like going outside, you can go outside. If the weather is not good, you shouldn't go outside, things like that. You trust your dad to give you a good judgment. Why? Because he is to you someone who has the honesty, who when you say something to him, he's going to say what you need to hear, what you must hear. Now, who are the people you can trust? I guess that depends on the environment in which you live in. You tend to trust the people who are around you more than you tend to trust the people who are outside of your vicinity. You have your parents, you have your siblings, you have friends, you have relatives, teachers, people that basically you know them, you're familiar with the people basically. So it's easier for you to trust people whom you know than to trust people who you don't know. People within your vicinity, these people. But when you move outside of this place, say you travel to a different place you have never been to before, or you travel abroad to an entirely different country you have never been before, yeah, it would be pretty difficult for you to understand or even believe or trust what the people are doing, because it's an entirely different place, you're in an entirely different environment, so you don't know that place at all. So yeah, it's easier for us to trust the people whom are around us than it is for us to trust people who are outside of us. Okay, so why do we trust people? In the definition that we gave earlier, trust is a strong belief in the honesty of someone or something. Okay, so why do we trust? Like we just finished saying, we trust people because we understand their honesty. We know we're basically familiar with them. We know who they are, we know what they can do, they're close to us. Yeah, they're close to us. We've been around them for a while, so it's easy for us to know who they are. It's easy for us to like understand their traits and everything. So we know who they are. Basically, we trust them. We trust them because we understand them. If you have a friend whom you know is likely to not be a trustworthy person, say probably a friend of yours who goes outside and does bad things. Yeah, it's not as if the person is you don't know the person, but you can't trust the person because you know who the person is. You've learned this person to be a non-trustworthy person. Another reason why we trust people is because they have an understanding in the thing that we are like, looking up to them for. Yeah, so let's use our teachers for an example. We can trust our teachers to like give us the right understanding about a subject or about a course. When you go to class, you sit down to listen to the teacher in class. You can trust like whatever the teacher is saying is correct because yeah, that's their job. Their job is to tell us what is correct about this course, about this subject, what we're about to like study. Because they're the ones who are obviously teaching us, giving us ideas about what we're about to do next. So they're supposed to tell us. They're supposed to like tell us what we need to know about that subject that we are taking. So yeah, we can trust our teachers because we can trust them because they know the subject that they are teaching. If they didn't know the subject they're teaching, they wouldn't even be teaching it. Some of them do teach the subject that they don't know, and that's why it seems like they don't understand what they're talking about whenever they're teaching. So yeah, if you are a teacher, you must know what you are talking about. If you really want your students to, understand what you're saying, if you really want your students um to like get to do well in that subject or to want to have a deeply grounded understanding of the subject, you have to make sure that you know the subject very well. Because if you don't know the subject very well, they will not listen to you. They will probably think that you don't know what you're saying because they don't have trust in what you're saying, basically. Okay, so in what situations can people trust? I'm just going to like not give too much examples, but I will talk a little bit about some of the things we've already said. Let's say you need to solve a mystery and yeah, you need to understand something. Maybe something has been going on, you don't understand what that thing is. Yeah, there are people who actually are specialized in understanding mysteries. They are detectives, as we may call them, journalists, as we may call them, and we can like understand, we can put our belief in whatever they say because yeah, they understand what they're doing. They know that this is the mystery, they can solve it. The lead to this, they know the lead to that, and then can give answers and then say whatever they can say to the public. And what people will see, what people will hear, yeah, people will understand and will like believe them because they're trustworthy people, basically. Yeah, the media too is one of those situations. Our media normally gives us news about what is happening around us, right? So and we can believe in whatever they're saying because we haven't been there. We're not there. We're not in their situation. So yeah, we can trust whatever they're saying. It's not that whatever they're saying is good. It's not that everything that they're saying is good. Sometimes what they'll be saying does not make sense. Sometimes what they're saying is false. Sometimes it's misleading. But regardless of that, we will still like take their information because yeah, they are trustworthy. They're like the only source of information about this thing. So we're just going to like take their advice on it, understand what they're saying about it. Yeah, yeah. Another thing is politics. Yeah, politics. We've been doing a lot of elections recently. We even had an election yesterday. So yeah, everybody goes out to vote because they believe that the politicians whom are going to do the work for them are going to, do the work the way they want them to do the work. Some politicians are going for their second term, some politicians are just going to get elected for the first time, and yeah, they've been hampering on what they can do, what they will do, what they can and what they will do. And we believe them regardless because we are not in their situation. We believe because they're putting themselves out there. Yeah, they're advertising themselves, basically. Whenever you tell somebody something, whenever you're like, just trying to like explain something to somebody, you're actually just putting yourself out there. You're advertising yourself. You're giving yourself a name. You're telling people that yes, I can do this when you're confident about it too, not when you're like shy or afraid to like speak. Yeah, when you put yourself out there, you're advertising yourself. You're allowing people to like put their trust in you, and there's no way human beings always put their trust in something. They have to put their trust in something, even if it is anything other than what they should be putting their trust in. You understand? So yeah, we can put our trust in politicians, in some of them, because yeah, they're going to do what they say they're going to do. They promised, they put themselves out there, they said yes, this is what we're going to do, and we believe that they're going to do it because they did it before, or maybe because they have the potential to do it, or because we've seen what they have done in other places and we want them to come and do it in our place too. also trust people to be there for us when we're in a time of trouble. Yeah, to like rescue us, to help us escape from an issue, basically to rescue us. Because yeah, we know these people, we know them, we know that they can help us, and so when we have an issue, we can call out to them. Let's say for an example, your bank account is telling you that you don't have anything there. There's nothing in your accounts. You're just very sad, very sad. And yeah, you probably remember that you have a friend or you have a sibling or a relative that can help you out, and you go to that person and you say that you won't use that direct language. You won't say please give me some money or something like that, but you like tease the person, say something good just to like interest them, to like make them to be engaged in what you're talking about with them, and then you just drop that bombshell. But then maybe you don't drop it directly, but you're just like, I'm in need of this, I'm in need of that, and then you hope that you pray that they get the meaning, they get the hint of what you're saying, and then probably you just hear your bank account give you a credit alert or something like that. So yeah, we can go to these people because we know that we can trust them. We trust them that they will do something. Of course, we trust them that they will answer us. So we trust them that yeah, they can like give us a feedback, maybe instantly, maybe in a few seconds, maybe in a few minutes. But we trust them regardless because they've always been there for us, and they can bring us out of our problems if we have any. Now, I did mention that we can trust our parents, we can trust our siblings. I didn't really mention like other things like besides people that you can see. Also didn't mention that. I'm just going to like mention that in a few seconds. So yeah, there are other things that we can put our trust in. Like yeah, we can put our trust. I don't know if this even makes sense, but we can put our trust in we can put our trust in something like the ceiling fan. Yes, we can put our trust in the ceiling fan because we know that the ceiling fan is going to put blow down air on us. Because and like actually understand it, because if you don't trust the ceiling fan, you won't turn it on. Actually, you won't turn it on. And you have trust in it if you have trust in it, you'll be disappointed if the fan is blowing and you're not feeling anything. Sometimes I'll just turn on the fan, and then I'll be waiting for like a few minutes for me to calm down, but I'm still sweating under the fan, and I'm like, what is the meaning of this? Isn't the fan supposed to be cooling me down? Isn't it supposed to be like not making me to sweat? You understand? So like you trust that the fan is supposed to like cool you down, put air on you. Same thing with an air conditioner. You trust that the air conditioner should like make you to feel cool, make you to feel at rest. So if it feels too cold for you, you probably turn it off. If you don't trust it to do anything for you, you probably won't turn it on. You also trust, yes, you also trust the door. You also trust the door to open when you open it. Yes, you trust the door to open when you open it. Why? Because you know that if the door does not open, you will get angry, right? You will. If you did not trust the door to open, you would not open it. That's a fact. Just understand. If you didn't trust the door to open, you won't open the door because you don't believe the door will open the door, right? You also trust your computer or your phone to turn on when you turn it on. When you open the phone, or when you open your laptop, or when you open whatever device you use on a daily basis, you trust that this device will come on the minute you turn it on. And if it doesn't come on at the minute you turn it on, you get angry. Or when you're using the device and it's just seeming to lag. We all have that experience of it lagging. Opening an app is a difficulty. Using it immediately you open the phone is a difficulty. Yes, the reason why we get angry is because we trust that this phone or this device is supposed to do what it was built to do. And if it's not doing that, we will get angry about it. So yeah, it's because we have trust in that thing. We have trust in a lot of things. We have trust in our books because our books will remind us constantly of what we need to be studying about so that we don't forget things too easily. Yeah, we also trust the calendar. Yes, we trust the calendar. We trust our wristwatches. Yeah. We put our trust in our time because we know that the time is going to tell us what is correct. If the time is 9 o'clock and if the normal time is 9 o'clock and we check our wristwatches and it's saying 7:59 or something, and so we will probably get mad, we probably get angry, be like maybe the watch is not working again, because we trust that the wristwatch is supposed to be giving us the time, the accurate time, as at least even if it's not accurate, around the time, say 8:59, not 7:59. So yes, we can trust things like that. Okay, so one thing that we can relate to whenever we're talking about trust is when we say things like, yeah, you can trust in God. Yes, you can trust in God, or you can trust in things like that. Yeah, so this is something that we relate to a lot, especially in the area of Christianity. So yeah, we talk about things like trust in God, trust in Jesus, trust in this, trust in that. And so whenever we talk about trust in this sphere, in fact, whenever you say the word trust, sometimes the first thing that comes to your mind is this aspect, trusting in God, in the aspect of religion. So yeah, yes, So when you trust in God, you can understand that you trust in Him because you know that He's going to do something. Whenever you pray, whenever you ask Him for something, whenever you're like, believing in Him to do something for you, you know that He will do it because He, yes, as we normally say, He has done it before and He can do it again. And even I believe in that. So yes, we can trust in God because we believe and we know that He's going to do it for us when we ask Him. Only when we ask Him heartfully, you know that. Only when we ask Him with all of our hearts that we will get an answer to what we're like looking for. Yeah. So yes, we can also trust in God. Yes, but besides that, there are also other things that people really trust in. People also trust in, yes, in the idea of evolution. So we have this thing that goes on that people who belong to that side of life say that all of us weren't like designed by anything, that no intelligent being from anywhere created us. We just exploded from nowhere and became living beings, and that's why we behave the way we behave. You can see it in the behavior of some people because, yeah, some people really do behave like they're monkeys. Yeah, people behave like they're monkeys. A lot of them behave like they're monkeys. So yes, that is one thing that we also have to be concerned about. Yeah, so yes, people believe in God. People believe in evolution. People believe in different gods. People believe in idols. People believe in, yes, people believe in people too. Yes, we, all of us, we have idols. We have people that we are fans of. We have people that we look up to every time, and we can trust them to do something because they always do it. They've done it before and they can do it again, right? So yes, we believe and we are fans of a lot of people. Should I even start mentioning names? We talk about a lot of musicians a lot because, like, whenever we listen to their music like brings us the vibe that we, makes us to be excited, makes us to be interested, makes us to be, we can trust them to do that because that is their like aim. That is what they do. In the sports sphere, we also talk about people like Lionel Messi. We talk about people like Cristiano Ronaldo. We talk about people like Mbappe. We talk about people like Haaland. We talk about people like the people that we talk about, Rashford and the rest of them. So yes, sorry if I'm if I'm sounding like that. I'm sounding like I'm just mentioning people's name anyhow. But yeah, I'm just giving an example of people that we talk about, people that like is on our lips every day. Whenever I'm passing by, I always hear that kind of conversation. This person has released this song, oh, this guy has already scored this goal, and everything like that, because we trust them to do that. Everybody trusted Lionel Messi to win World Cup last year December because, like, yeah, it was pretty obvious. Argentina was going up, had passed all the rounds, was making it to the final round, and then all of a sudden Messi just did that wonderful kick and then won the World Cup, and everybody was excited. All of Messi's fans, even me, all of us, we trusted Messi to do that because it was, yes, we know that Messi can do something like that. Even if he hadn't done it before, he had never won a World Cup before. But yes, this is probably his only time that he ever won one, and we were happy that he did because we trusted that he could do that. But yeah, just a side talk. Yeah, I'm a Ronaldo fan. Yeah, I'm a Ronaldo fan. Okay, what does it take to be trustworthy? What does it take for people to trust us? For people to actually like look up to you, to like be like, oh yes, this is the person that can do this, the person that can do that. They have to see it in your behavior. They have to like understand that yes, you are the person who's fit for this job. So one of the things that they have to trust you for is that let people know who you are personally. Yes, it's not that they have to know everything about you. They don't have to know everything about you. Not everybody has to know how old you are. Not everybody has to know your height. Not everybody has to know what you like and don't like. Not everybody has to know your date of birth or where you live. Those are very sensitive private things, and those are things that belong to you. You should leave those things for yourself. But if you really want people to like look up to you for anything at all, you have to like have that personality. That personality that like weighs the balance between what should be known and what should not be known about yourself. So yes, you have to let people know who you are personally. If people don't know who you are, people just see you from nowhere and they're just like, oh wait, but I don't know this person from anywhere. There's likeliness that people will not trust you. So this is a fact actually. If you have like a big followers, like you have a lot of followers, people who are following you, and people don't know the environment where you live in, the place where you are, people don't know much about you. There's a tenderness that people will not like watch your videos again. People like might not listen to what you have to say again because they don't know who you are. They don't know you from anywhere. People have to know who you are personally. People have to like know you. They don't have to know everything about you, but yes, they do have to know you. It's compulsory for people to trust you. Still at it, let's ensure that we get one thing straight. One very important thing we must ensure to do in order for people to trust us is to never lie. To never what? Lie. Should never lie, because that is like the total opposite of trust. That's the total opposite of trust. If you ever notice, the word trust looks so much like the word truth. Have you ever noticed it? Trust and truth. Why? Because they go hand in hand. They're together basically. For anybody to trust you, they have to know the truth about you. They have to know whether you tell the truth. If you don't tell the truth, that means you're lying. You're not trustworthy. That's what it means. And I know a lot of people that are like that. We will most certainly never mention names, but yes, if you must be trustworthy, if you must have that trustworthiness seen in you, you must actually not lie. It's not that lying has like a lot of implications that would disturb you from like relating with other people, but like if people need an answer to something, they won't come to you. That's the problem. They won't come to you. They will think that you're not good for the job. You're not the person that they can look up to, because you're not going to say what is true. You're not going to say what is the right thing. So there are a lot of people around us that we can't go to them even if they know what it is, but we can't be sure whether they're telling the truth or not, because how will we know when they have lied before? Even when they have lied only once, it's difficult for us to look back at them and say yes, we can still go to them, because who knows, what if they do it again? So yes, you actually have to put away the idea of lying to anybody basically. And if you are lying and somebody still has trust in you, well, that's a different case. That's an entirely different case. So we won't even go into that. But yes, if you really want people to trust you, you actually have to not lie to them. What you say must actually work out to be what must be. What you say about something must actually be what that thing is, if you understand what I'm saying. Why do we sometimes easily lose trust in someone? So yes, it's easy for us to gain trust in someone. It's also easy for us to lose trust in someone. We've been talking about how do we gain trust, how do we trust someone. Now, how do we lose trust in someone? Yes, how do we lose trust in someone or in something? It is easy for us to lose trust in someone because, like what we said earlier, probably the person lied to us. Probably the person said something that didn't eventually happen. Probably the person did not do something that we expected them to do. So let's say you send someone on an errand, go and do this for me, and the person goes and then doesn't do the thing for you. Or maybe you send the person, give someone a piece of money, you give someone some money, you're like, please help me to buy this thing for me, please. And the person goes and spends your money. For some reason, for some very dumb reason, spends your money and doesn't do the work, or maybe just takes the money with you and then loses the money. Probably loses it on purpose, probably loses it mistakenly, accidentally, and yes, doesn't at the end doesn't do what you had asked them to do. You would actually lose trust in this person. Why? Because they didn't do what you expected them to do, right? So yes, it's easy for us to like lose trust in someone when they've lied to us, when didn't do something that we were supposed to do. And yes, it is difficult for us to gain trust after losing. It is easy for us to gain trust at the beginning, but when we lose the trust easily. And then when we gain the trust back, it's a difficult process because people will not, in order to trust somebody, you would actually have to to get back their trust, or for people to regain your trust, they would actually have to very much look at you. In serious cases, let's say in a relationship case, that's a very good example. In a relationship case, you have entered into a relationship with somebody and the two of you are happy, you're excited, you just want to keep moving forward, you can't wait for you to take it to the next level. Yeah, a lot of people can't wait to take it to the next level, but yes, you are actually excited about the relationship, but then all of a sudden something happens. You just realize maybe your partner is maybe you realize that your partner is not so in touch with you. Your partner is not telling you where they're going to. Your partner is not listening to you anymore. Partner is not hanging out with you anymore. You realize this partner is having time with other things, with other people, and in other cases we might say cheating. You might be cheating with the partner, with another person, and yeah, so we lose trust. Sometimes we break up in such cases because we're like, why would we be doing this? How would I be having a relationship with you and you're having a relationship with someone else? Some people don't see the different problem with that. There are a lot of playboys and a lot of playgirls around us, to be very honest. A lot of playboys and a lot of playgirls, they don't care. They can be hopping from this person to that person to this person to that person, and they don't care about it because they don't want to be in a serious thing. But for those who are in a serious thing, this thing really does affect them a lot. Sometimes they'll break up, and if they ever have to be together again, it'll be a problem. It'll be a lot of problems, because yeah, they have to gain your trust back. The girl will probably be like, before I can trust you again, I have to know that you're trustworthy, because if you cheat on me again, it's just going to be eaten. We're not going to do anything, and it's just going to be over between us. So yes, just like we understand in our social lives, there are a lot of us who really do get into these kind of things. Yeah, too, we have a lot of people around us who are in relationships. A lot of people who are entering relationships at very young ages. My advice to you in case of relationships, I can't give you any good advice because I have never been in a relationship in my life. So yes. So but yes, I will give you an advice. I will just advise you, if you know that you're not going to be good for that relationship, it's not better. It's better for you to not even enter into it at all. It's better for you not to be into that situation at all, so that you don't end up in that emotional depression, that emotional issue that people get into whenever they have problems like this. It's better for you not to be in that relationship, especially if you know that you're the kind of person that has that kind of problem, that is always very pushy about who you relate with. And yes, if you're of a young age, let's say you're below the age of 18 or below the age of 16, in my opinion, if you really want to be in a serious relationship, you have to be within 16 or 18 years. Because if you're having a girlfriend or a boyfriend at like 14 or 13 or at 10, besides your parents telling you that that does not make sense and you have to stop it, besides everybody saying that's not good for that, besides that, it just doesn't make sense. You're not emotionally fit at your age, at 10, at 13. What do you want to be doing with a girlfriend or a boyfriend at that age? Like, why you want to, like, once you lose trust with that person, it will actually be difficult for you when you now actually grow to the stage when you're ready for that kind of thing. Because when you now get to that stage, it will be a problem. You'll be going between this person and that person. You'll be like, oh, what am I going to be doing with these people, so yes. And some playboys and playgirls actually, didn't start their lives being like that. They went into one relationship and then they were like, nah, I can't keep staying here, and then they dumped the person, went into another relationship. They found out that they could do the art of jumping between this person and that person. And so yeah, those kind of people, they don't have this issue of getting heartbroken. They don't want that heartbreaking something. Yeah, especially guys, and most especially guys. But yes, if you really want trust to work in a relationship, you actually have to be trustworthy in a relationship. There's nothing you want to tell about it. If you want to get to the finish line, you want to get wedded, you want to have children, you want to live a life with that partner, you actually have to be trustworthy. Because once you enter marriage, it'll be another thing entirely. You're now cheating with somebody else. They'll call it adultery and things like that. So yes, you actually have to be trustworthy in marriage, basically. Yes, in relationships. Now, I actually remember having a conversation with my brother. He was like, we were like talking about something, and then I don't know what happened. I don't really remember what happened. Then he found out that I had said something to somebody that I wasn't supposed to have said. Like, it was not really a relationship issue. It was more like he told me something, and then I went and told somebody else because I just wanted the person to know. And then that person also said something about my brother, and I didn't say anything else. But then when we were having our discussion, my brother found out that I told the friend something, and he was like, why did you tell the person? Can I even trust you to say anything about that again? And regardless of how serious it was, of how I would have taken it, I actually didn't defend myself because I knew I was wrong. I knew that at that point it was wrong for me to have said what I said, because I really wanted the other person to know what my brother said too. I don't want it to be like a gossip. I just don't want it to be, if you understand what I'm saying. But yes, it was also not really good. In order for you to have trust, you also have to keep secrets very well. Yes, it's not that all secrets are good. Not that all secrets are good, but yes, depending on the circumstances, you should really understand when and where you should tell a secret to somebody else. Don't just don't just say because secrets are bad, you just go and expose to the entire world. There's some things that people don't have to know. There's some people that people do not have to know at all, unless it is affecting everyone. Like, the lives of politicians are no secret to us. So whatever they do, they shouldn't really hide it from us. We should know about it. We should know, because what they would do might probably affect us, But in instances like private life, like the things that we do between ourselves and our circle of the vicinity of people that are around us, it is not really good for us to be telling secrets out anyhow, because if we do that, we'll be breaking the trust that those people have in us, and they will also be breaking the trust that we have in them if they do those kind of things. So yes, so one of the reasons that people easily lose trust in you is because you're not a secret keeper. You're not the kind of person that keeps secrets. You're just telling everybody anyhow, and yeah, it's not really good, especially pending the circumstances. Don't just look at it and everything. If the secret is bad and it's going to affect somebody, you should say it. In my opinion, you should say it. But if the secret is not going to affect anyone and it's just simply for between friends, then there's no need for you to say it. There's no need for you to be meddling in that kind of business too. So far we've been talking about trust, and we've been talking about how we can gain people's trust and how we can lose people's trust. Now, how do we regain people's trust? Yes, how do we regain people's trust? It is very difficult. First of all, very difficult to regain a a cold-blooded person's heart, because those kind of people, it is difficult for them to like get their trust back, especially after you misstepped somewhere, you crossed a boundary, and now they don't know whether they can let you into their lives again and things like that, especially in relationship, especially in politics, especially in things and keeping secrets and all those stuff like that. So yes, how do we regain trust? How do we regain trust? I think one of the most important things we have to understand in this is that we must give time. Yes, we must give time. There's a time for everything, as we always say. There's always a time for everything. We must ensure that there's a lot of time left for us, for people to see it in us that we are genuine about about gaining their trust back. Let's take a relationship. We've broken up. We did something bad with someone else, and then our partner got angry with us, got angry with you, and then it's like, I'm not doing this again. This is not going to work. Then breaks up with you. But then you really love this person, and you don't want to like break up. You don't want like that thing to happen to you, that you'll be having heartbreak and you'll be remembering the anniversary of your heartbreak of your breakup and things like that. You don't want that to happen. So you really want to like be together with this person. So yes, one of the first things you do, you do what? You apologize, right? You say, I'm sorry, that was a mistake, it was my misstep, it was my mishap, I shouldn't have done it, things like that and things like that. So yes, that's also one thing that you have to understand when you're about to regain someone's trust. You have to actually apologize. You have to understand that this person does not see you the same way they saw you before, and so now in order for you to get that perspective back, you have to show it in your behavior. That's also another thing. You have to show it in your behavior that you are trustworthy, because apologizing is not enough. Words are not enough to express actions that need to be demonstrated. So yes, you actually have to show it, and not just say it in what you do. Not just say that you're sorry, but show that you're sorry. Because if you don't do that, the person who you are trying to gain their trust back will just look at you like, this person is just wasting their time with me and things like that. So yeah, we actually have to gain people's trust. We have to gain people's trust by apologizing, by giving time, allowing things to settle, allowing the dust to settle before we do any other thing, and let it show in our behavior that yes, we were wrong for what we did, and we are going to change our ways and things like that. And then also we have to not force ourselves on anyone. Please never do that. Please don't do that. Don't do that, because it's not a good thing. It's not. You're trying to gain someone's trust, but you're forcing the trust on someone. Do you really think they'll trust you? You really think someone would want to love you back if you're like forcing yourself? You're throwing yourself every time to be doing extremely bizarre things to like get the person back. The person is just looking at you like, I think you're just wasting your time here. Just leave me alone. You understand that thing? So yes, it's not good to force yourself on anybody for any reason at all. That's why I said you have to trust. You have to give time. You have to allow things to calm down first before you do anything at all, because it's not going to be easy to just say, oh, I'm sorry, and then and then you're trying to like do everything possible to bring the person to like bring things back to where they were. So yes, you have to apologize. You have to show that you're sorry. You have to show it in your behavior, show it in your words. You have to give time and not force yourself on anyone, and not repeat what you did. Yes, don't repeat what you did that caused the issue to happen in the first place. Don't do that thing that someone got mad at you for again, because that would just worsen, dampen, aggravate, bring everything to a standstill. They'll be like, nope, this is not going to work at all for any reason. So yes, you have to ensure that you don't do that thing again. It's just like in a relationship with with God. Yes, whenever we come to God and we're sorry for what we did, we say that we're sorry. We also show that we're sorry by never going back to that thing that we did. Because if we do that, we're just telling God that we're actually just playing with you. We don't really care about you. And God is not somebody that is like that is always going to get mad at you because you broke his trust and things like that. But yes, we are the ones that actually break God's trust, and it's even sometimes the other way around too. So yes, we have to ensure that we do these things to regain our trust, or to regain people's trust in us. Now there's a story that I've heard about a few times. Probably not many people will know this story because it's not much, and I'm not even going to like mention the basics of the story because I don't want to like put too much. I don't even remember it so much too. So yeah, there was a story about a pastor who like was very confident whenever preaching. He was like very, let's say, very popular for preaching and things like that. And so people really followed him, really listened to his word, really like attended his services and things like that, because they were very interested. At the time, there was a time when he baptized lots of people, and they spent like 3 days or what. They spent a very long time baptizing people because so many people were just this inspired by what he was preaching. But yeah, at a point something happens. There's something unusual happened. I would just say that he was caught doing something he wasn't supposed to do. You know, pastors of these of nowadays, they don't really value what they preach. They don't do what they preach. Yes, they don't really do what they preach. Most of them, some of them, not all of them, not all the pastors. At least the pastors that I know, they're not like that. Or at least I can't really say because I don't know them that well. But yes, this pastor, he was actually caught doing something he wasn't supposed to have been doing, and so yeah, it was kind of a messed up situation. I don't think I was born when that happened. Okay, maybe I was, but I was very young. But yes, it was not a good situation at all. It was very messed up. He had to apologize. He had to step down. He had to like not come out in public again. You know that cancel culture things, like when you do something wrong where you're not expected to be doing that the wrong thing. Yeah, people will like separate you, alienate you, isolate you from the crowd. That's because you didn't do what you were supposed to be doing. So like it's difficult for people to like trust you again. So like it actually took him some. I've not even heard from that pastor ever since that incident happened. I've never heard about it. I've never heard from him ever again, or even heard whether he still is alive or not. But I do know that that incident really did damage to his reputation, because as a pastor is meant to be seen in you, that is meant to be seen, like people are meant to see God in you. People are not meant to like see you doing what the rest of the world is doing, you understand. But like it is apparently he was trying to do two things at the same time and it didn't work. And so yeah, it was not a good thing. He had to like stay away for some time, reflect, strengthen himself again before coming back and doing things like that. But yeah, it's still never the same. Even after that, it was never the same after that. I'm not sure people talk about him anymore because it was not a good thing. It was not like good what happened to him. It was not good what he did, and he was at fault. He didn't deny that he was at fault too, so it was kind of gave him a stepping ground for people to regain their trust in him and whatever he says again. You understand that thing? Okay, so that is all there is to talk about on trust today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope it was interesting. If you found it interesting, please do give it a like. Please like and share it with others. Let other people know about this. Let other people watch this if they find it benefiting in anything. Okay, so I will be doing another video soon. It won't be today. It will just be probably later on, and we'll know about that. You will know about that when you hear from me again. So yeah, do subscribe to this channel. So subscribe and yeah, put on the notification bell so that you can get the notification about when the next video comes. So yeah, to comment down below what you think about this. If I missed anything, if I didn't say something that you probably wanted me to say, comment down below. Let me hear your opinions about what I've said so far. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the time. If you spend this long into the video, thank you so much. Please, as I said, please like, share, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys.